Have you ever found yourself caught in a cycle of fear, unable to move forward, paralyzed by your own perceptions and emotions? Imagine if there was a way to turn that fear into a driving force for reconciliation and transformation. What if the very fear that holds you back could become the key to rebuilding broken relationships and changing the course of your life for the better? Today we're diving into a passage from Genesis, chapters 34, verse 1 to 16, that may very well hold the answers to these questions. This part of Genesis is rich with lessons on humility and the incredible potential of reconciliation, lessons that are not just confined to ancient texts, but speak directly to our modern lives. This narrative challenges us to look beyond fear and understand the profound implications of prayer and humility when facing adversity. At the heart of Genesis 34, we encounter the sons of Jacob grappling with a deeply personal and troubling situation. The reaction of Jacob's sons to the events concerning their sister Dinah is a journey woven with tension, fear, and the need for reconciliation. They find themselves at a crossroads, one that many of us face even today, where fear and the desire for retaliation collide with the potential for understanding and forgiveness. The passage opens with Dinah, the daughter of Leah and Jacob, who goes out to visit the women of the land. Her visit results in an unfortunate encounter with Shechem, a local prince. This event sets off a chain of reactions rooted in fear, dishonor, and a battle for power and redemption. Yet, how we interpret these responses to fear and dishonor can lead to transformative outcomes in our own lives. Consider Shechem, the perpetrator, who seeks reconciliation by proposing marriage to Dinah. Shechem's request, while flawed in intentions and actions, highlights a moment where an opportunity for dialogue arises. This calls for reflection on how in our lives, even in the most daunting situations, a window for reconciliation can open if we approach it with humility and sincerity. Witness Jacob's reaction, a patriarch caught between protecting his family's honor and dealing with the external threat and its repercussions. The responses by Jacob's sons, deceptive and retaliatory, reflect the power of fear in driving destructive decisions. In their retaliation, they miss the opportunity for deeper understanding, showing us how fear can often blur the vision for true resolution. Now, what does this mean for us today? It poses the question: when faced with fear and conflict, how do we respond? Do we allow fear to guide our actions, or do we take a step back, seek humility, and pursue reconciliation? The narrative invites us to consider the power dynamics in our relationships. When we face our own Shechem moments, are we driven by fear or fueled by a desire to transform and heal? One profound lesson from this passage is the power of humble prayer. When faced with threats, our natural instinct might be to retaliate or flee, but through the lens of prayer, true guidance and peace can be sought. The very act of praying with humility opens our hearts to finding solutions that align with the wisdom of God, transforming fear into faith. In today's ever-changing and turbulent environment, we face conflicts, both big and small, that test our character. From familial disputes to workplace conflicts, the essence of Genesis 34 resonates with a universal truth. Reconciliation and humility are key to transforming our relationships and circumstances. It's about embracing the process of prayer and genuine introspection to uncover pathways to healing. Perhaps in your own life, there's a relationship in need of healing or a wrong that needs to be righted. How do you approach it? Do you confront it with fear or pause to humble yourself in prayer, seeking reconciliation? This passage teaches us not just about the character of biblical figures, but about the power we hold within to change our own narratives. As we reflect on this powerful segment of Genesis, let it encourage you to examine how you've approached fear and reconciliation in your life. It challenges us to choose actions rooted in humility and faith rather than retaliation or pride. Let this be a reminder that you're not alone, and that solutions exist beyond what we can initially see when fear is transformed through reconciliation and prayer. As we conclude today's sermon, take a moment to think about the Shechems in your life and the opportunities for active reconciliation and humble prayer. What can you do this week to begin healing those rifts and transforming fear into a chance for growth? Invite God into this journey with you, asking for the humility and courage to bring true peace and transformation into your life. In our next installment, we'll explore further along in Genesis, continuing to uncover the lessons woven into the fabric of these ancient texts, lessons that remain as relevant as ever. Stay curious, stay inspired. Your journey towards understanding and living through these teachings is just beginning.